Today I'm talking about death anxiety, an existential crisis. Hi, I'm Paige Pradko. Welcome to Therapy for a Better Life. A recent client of mine was a 15-year-old teenager, a male, and he came in with extreme death anxiety. Now, all humans experience death anxiety, and most of us really do build up some defenses to it, but some of us do not, and for some it turns into quite an extreme fear. Now, some of the research, if you look over the lifespan of a person, some research will show that the height of death anxiety happens in our mid-20s. But other research shows that there is another peak in death anxiety in middle age, when we are coping, most of us are coping with the death of a parent. But it's very interesting that all research shows that at the end of life, if in the elderly, there is almost no death anxiety. They really have come to accept it. But there's an important key factor. Hinton, a researcher, shows, and this has been duplicated many times, shows that the level of life satisfaction is directly related to their level of death anxiety. Now, Irvin Yalom, in his book Existential Psychotherapy, writes that a sense of fulfillment, a feeling of a life well lived, mitigates the terror of death. Friedrich Nietzsche writes, "What has become perfect, all that is ripe, wants to die. All that is unripe wants to live, that it may become ripe and joyous and longing for what is further, higher, and brighter." Now, what I see in therapy with my clients really does agree with these experts. The less satisfaction they have in their life, the greater the death anxiety. So people with death anxiety seem to really have a fear-based life. It's a constricted life. They're avoiding pain. They're trying so hard to stay safe. And this is really the opposite of a growth, fulfillment-seeking life. So what we work on in therapy is, number one, we are going to treat the anxiety. We're going to break through some of those avoidance behaviors. Now, number two, we're going to try our best to increase life satisfaction for the client. We're going to be, experimenting. We're going to be broadening their sense of life. We're going to be searching, experimenting with their values and seeking fulfillment and enjoyment. And number three, we're going to be really trying to find meaning in their life. I might have the client reading Man's Search for Meaning. These kind of activities really do help a client kind of expand their mind and begin focusing on living their life instead of dying. And number four, we're going to dissect the fear in therapy. I'm going to be asking them a lot of questions about their beliefs. And is their fear the dying process? Is their fear concentrated on the moment of death? Is their fear about after death? What are their beliefs about afterlife? I'm going to be talking a lot about death and dying, because this actually, all of this talking about it and thinking about it brings it from the fear center of the brain in the amygdala to the cortex, where they're really thinking about it, expressing their thoughts about death. And this actually brings their fear down. It is almost like we're desensitizing them to the fear of death just by talking about death. But it also brings them a lot of comfort to know that at the end of life, people generally do not have fear anxiety, and they have accepted it because they've had a life well lived. So I would love to hear your comments and your questions about the video. And I'm going to start doing Q&A videos. And so I am going to choose some of the comments and questions from my viewers and from my subscribers and answer your questions right on a video. So if you'd have a question you'd like to submit, please let me know. And please like and subscribe if you'd like to hear more of these videos. So until next time, take care. I'll see you in session. Bye-bye.